All right, let's design our brand style guide for Fairtrade Connection. This is super exciting. This is the part of the course where we actually start designing. And of course, you will be following along this project, designing your very own brand style guide. So the first step to designing that brand style guide is I want to start with a template. Okay, I want to start with one or a couple of templates from which I'm going to source pages for my future brand style guide. So before we start diving into the templates, there's one important question we need to answer. And that question is, what format are we going to be using for our brand style guide? I'm going to type brand style guide in Canva's homepage search bar right here, brand style guide, and just see what is being proposed, suggested to me. So for brand style guide, I can see different types of documents. We have A4 type of documents. We have kind of like presentations, though this is not a 16:9 presentation. We have squared kind of like color palette guides here. So we have a variety of different formats, as I can see from the first look right here. So also I can see different kind of complexity of brand style guide. Some of them are just color palettes like this one, and some are more elaborated already brand identity board. So what I'm going to do is to quickly try to identify the right keywords that these templates are using, so I can have a better idea. For me, I think I want to go with the presentation kind of format, because I like presentation, I like to work in a horizontal mode, and I like my document to actually be the same size as when I'm shooting videos. And I'd love to find a presentation. So maybe if I type brand style guide plus presentation, yes, I can see here brand guidelines presentation. So let's click on that and see what's coming. So directly I see a lot of presentations. I see only presentations actually, which is great. And some of these presentations, they actually say brand guidelines, which is exactly what I'm searching for. So I'm going to have a look at what we have here. If I click on it, it will directly open into the editor. I'm going to click on it so you can see. That's not what I want to do. What I want to do is to explore this template. So in order to do that, I'm going to click on the three little dot button and say and click on preview this template. Okay. So when I do that, I can see the different pages inside this presentation to see if it's actually something I can work with. So I can see logo variations, I can see proper logo placement. So this could work. I'm not a huge fan of this style. For me, it lacks a lot of visuals, so I'm going to try to find one with more visuals in it. Okay, so what else do we have? We have company branding guidelines here. Again, clicking on the three little dots, not on the actual tile, preview this template and see if I can find something. Table of content, that could be interesting. Yeah, there are some visuals. Logo evolution, this is good. It's a little bit basic, perhaps, at this stage, so let's see what else we can find. I see another one here that says brand guidelines, and it kind of looks clean and modern, so it catches my attention. I kind of want to see more about this one. So again, three little dots, preview this template. And yes, let's have a look. Table of content. I love the big visuals. I love the color gradients here. So I think we might have something good here. Typography. Yep. Your color palette, applications of your brand, different formats, different supports. Yeah, this is something I could probably work with. So what I'm going to do at this stage is simply to star this template. Okay, it's a free template, which is great. So if I star it, then it will be added to my starred folder, and I can come back to this later, which is great. So I feel like I have something already interesting here to work with, but I would love to have a second one so I can mix and match two different templates and kind of fetch the different pages that I will need for my actual brand style guide. So this is something I actually highly recommend when you are looking at creating more elaborated document in Canva. Like here, I want to create a presentation of maybe 15 to 20 pages, to not just limit yourself to one template. You could start with a template, but also have another one and see how they look, see how these templates have been built, and kind of fetch different pages from different templates. So I will show you exactly how to do this in the next lecture, but for now I'm just selecting my different templates. So I have one, this one I started, so it's now in my start folder. I feel like I need a second one and then I'm good to go. Okay, so what else do I have? I have this one right here. If I just hover over it, I can see it's kind of cool. Lots of colors. I like that. This is good. Could work. Could start this as well. And then let's have a look at this one right here, table of contents. I like that with the values. This could be useful. The logo evolution. Okay, let's start this one as well. All right, we now have started 3 different templates. Let's come back to the Canva homepage. I want to show you where these are. So if you go to your projects, you should see your start folder here. So I'm going to click on that, and here are my 3 different templates that I actually just selected. So what I'm going to do is to open them. Okay, I'm just going to open each of these 3 style guides, and we will start using them, use as a template. Okay, so let's see, I have 1, 2, and 3. Okay, so let's just keep them here, have that open here, and we can have a quick look to see how they look. I feel like there are some good ideas here that I can probably use, which is great. I like this one with the colors. This is quite inspiring. We could probably use something like that, something with showing your imagery style. This one is good, but I don't feel like, except from the idea here of the color palette, I might use something like that. The rest of it is pretty basic. Compared, in my opinion, compared to what we have in the other 2 docs. We have a complete like table of content, a brief history, some visuals, we have the mission and vision, we have the values. This one is much more kind of like a traditional brand style guide where I will have all the information that I need, my logo and logo variations, then we have your color palette. I feel like this one is more like a traditional style of brand style guide, but also more practical, more easy to use. So I'll definitely keep this one. And then we have this one, which is similar to the previous one, but has larger visuals. So that could work as well. I like the way typography is presented here. Okay, so I can probably grab some stuff from these 2 first documents. I'm gonna close the 3rd one for now. Or actually, you know what, I'm gonna keep it open, but I'm gonna focus on these 2 documents right here and start creating my own brand style guide. So in the next lecture, we will start doing just that, creating our brand style guide.